find yourself in a seated posture. Feel free to also grab a chair if you prefer to sit in a chair, or a folded blanket. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and pull the flesh out from underneath you. You can cross the legs or sit up onto your knees if you like, as well. And so pulling the flesh out from underneath to make sure that you've got your bottom is truly behind you, and you can feel your shoulders stacked directly above the hips, and the low back stays nice and relaxed, encouraging that natural curve of the lumbar spine. And let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, bring the shoulders up by your ears. And then as you exhale out through your mouth, release the shoulders down, just sigh out. This is a nice cathartic exhale, audible ha, if you like, inhaling. Exhale, open the mouth. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then whenever you're ready, inhaling again. This time we're going to flutter through the lips. Exhaling through the lips. So you want to relax your lips as much as you can. So kind of purse them together and then relax as they flutter as you exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. And adding that audible, a little bit of sound will help with the fluttering as well. Another deep breath. Really let it go. All right. From here, let's take a nice inhale, reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring that energy back home to the heart center. Again, deep, slow inhale, root down, reach up. Big stretch as you reach up. Exhale. Back to the heart. This time we're going to reach straight up towards the sky as you inhale. And then open the arms as you exhale, big circle around. Inhale, let's go ahead and circle the arms forward and up. Exhale, big circle back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, big circle. Stretch those shoulders and arms. Inhale, one more time, reach up. This time as you exhale, we're going to lower the right hand down to the floor. Find the floor, bend into the elbows. You stretch longer through the left side. So inhaling, lengthening through the side waist, the side body. Exhale, you can bend again into that elbow a little more as you go side. Inhaling, rolling the heart towards the sky. Lift through the heart center. Exhale, maybe a little deeper. Inhale, we're going to reach back up towards the sky here. And as you exhale, gently tilt your head, left ear towards the left shoulder. We're going to walk your right fingertips out and maybe even slightly backward. Just kind of get those fingertips moving as we go taller. Start to feel that nice long stretch to the side of the neck and the shoulder. Maybe even take your gaze down here. And then let's go ahead from here, bring your left arm back behind you to grab your right upper arm. So try to pull it down, the shoulder down and back behind you. Grab that upper arm or just above the elbow if you can. And continue to turn the gaze and the head over towards the left shoulder as you pull that right shoulder down away from the ear, gently. You can have your head tilted or turned, whatever angle feels best for your neck. And take one more breath here, gently pulling downward. Exhale, let's go ahead and release your chin in towards the throat. Release the arms and turn your head over your right shoulder as you inhale. And then as we exhale, chin in. Growing taller, you can just rest your hands on your thighs or knees now. And then inhaling, looking over the left shoulder. Exhaling, chin in, growing taller as you root down. Good. Again, roll the shoulders up as you inhale. And open the mouth. The exhale, inhale, root down, reach up. And exhale, this time we're going to lower the left hand, find the floor. Inhale, lengthen through the right side of your body first. So pressing down to reach out. And then exhale, bend into the elbows, stretch through that side body. Inhaling, rolling your heart towards the sky. And again, as we exhale, maybe going a little deeper. And then inhale slowly on your way up. Exhale, will gently tilt your right ear towards the right shoulder, and then walk your left fingertips out to the side and maybe even slightly back. Kind of get those fingers walking away. And stretch to the side of the neck and the shoulder there again. Another deep breath as you root down and grow taller through your spine. And then as we exhale, let's bring that right arm back behind you again, so you can find that upper arm. So we're trying to grab up above the elbow here as much as we can and roll that shoulder down and back away from you. And then as you gently, with that hand, gently pull that arm downward. You can either tilt your head, or again, you can turn your gaze down. Just find the angle that feels best for your neck today. Or you get a nice stretch, but no, not too much, not too little. A couple deep breaths here. Longer, smoother breaths, especially emptying out into longer, smoother exhales. So the inhales naturally become a little more expansive. And then release your chin towards the throat here. Go ahead and release the arms. You can place the hands onto your thighs. Turn your gaze over your left shoulder, inhaling. Lifting the heart, gaze, exhale, chin in. And turn your gaze over your right shoulder, inhaling. This time, follow your nose, maybe up towards the sky and around, and then down. And then we'll circle around the other direction here as you're ready. And maybe looking, gazing over the shoulder, gazing up towards the sky and around. And down. Take your time here. Once more, rolling the shoulders up. Exhale. Releasing. Let's take your next inhale, root down, reach up. As we exhale, we're going to twist over your right shoulder, right arm behind you. So rooting down to grow tall, lengthening the spine as you inhale. Exhale, twist from your core, from your navel, drawing in and upward towards the spine. That's where we feel all the action, the twistiness happening, and then the rest of the spine is free to spiral upward and out. One more breath here. Exhaling. And let's go ahead and see if we can kind of circle your torso toward that front arm. Kind of loosening up anything that may be stuck in the center of the body here. Releasing. And anything else in the rib cage that may feel a little stuck, we'll start to loosen that up. From there, we'll take your right arm up as you inhale. So still holding onto your thigh or your knee here with your left hand. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, so you can come up and over gently to the opposite side. So now we've got this sort of a side stretch, a nice deep side stretch with a twist here. Not a deep twist, it's just you feel this in your core, right? Take another breath here. Exhaling. And then let's go ahead and bring that right arm all the way around and find your opposite thigh or knee, rounding your back here, your upper back, tucking the chin. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now as you inhale, root down through your hips and your legs and look up between the brows, open the throat. Exhaling, releasing, rounding through the upper back. And then release the arms here as you're ready to inhale, reach up. And exhale, twist to your left arm behind you. Rooting down through the seat, inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twist from your core. So you can feel that deep massaging action, that deep lift in and up from your navel towards your spine. Spiraling upward, wringing out anything that no longer serves. Another deep breath here, lengthening. Exhaling, twist. When you're ready, your left arm's going to come up as you inhale. Again, still holding on to that left thigh here as you reach up. Exhale, stretch over. So sort of stretching on a diagonal here. Deep lift in your core as you stretch over. And feel that stretch go all the way through in between the intercostals, in between the ribs, into the intercostals. Inhaling, stretch it back up. Exhale, we're going to circle that arm around, release it all the way around. Maybe find your knees or your opposite thighs here. Rounding upper back, tucking the chin. Deep cleansing breath in. Filling the upper back, body, and shoulders. Exhale, tucking in. Next deep inhale, look up between the brows again. Root down through those legs. And exhale, releasing. Let's take a nice inhale, root down, reach up. And as we exhale, we're going to go ahead and walk the hands forward, fold here. So root the sits bones back and down to bow forward. Releasing the neck and shoulders. Take another deep breath in here into the back body and flutter through the lips again. Another breath in. Flutter through the lips. All right, rolling up through your spine. Let's go and shake out the legs in front of you. Releasing. Wiggle the knees. And then we'll switch the opposite leg in the front here. And we'll just go ahead and stretch into the other side, pulling the flesh out from underneath you. Root down to your seat. Let's roll the shoulders back here. Walk your fingertips back behind you. Roll them all the way back as you lift the heart center up toward the sky, looking up. Again, lift the chest. And as we exhale, walk the hands forward when you're ready. So slowly try to sit those sits bones all the way down and back onto the mat, onto the ground. And you're welcome to rest your forehead onto something here. You can stack your fists or your hands, or if you have some props like a block or something like that, you're welcome to rest your head there. Actually, it's really nice for your neck and shoulders because once you can release the weight of your head into the ground, the neck and shoulders can begin to actually release here. So letting the head be heavy, breathing into the back body without tensing any of your muscles, just send and visualize the breath expanding in all directions, front and back, side to side, up and down. And feel that happen gradually. So there's never any race to get to the finish. There's just this nice, slow, smooth wave rising and falling. We're just riding the wave. And remember, anything that you may have brought with you onto your mat today, just allowing it to be there and being a loving space for it. Allowing whatever may be with you that needs to teach you something or be heard. Just being a space of unconditional love for it. Let's see what happens. So maybe instead of treating some of these things as if there's something that we need to get rid of or change, just allowing ourselves to be open to learn from them. What are they there to teach us? And then slowly, slowly rolling up to your spine when you're ready. Take a moment here, observe what you feel as you breathe. And then when you're ready, slowly stretching the legs out from underneath you and just shake it out. Wiggle the legs, wiggle the knees. And let's go ahead and swing ourselves around. Just for a moment, let's come onto our backs actually. We're gonna just take a little bit more depth into the hip opener. So we're gonna place the right foot over top of the left thigh and interlace the fingers underneath the left thigh. You can thread the needle here, or you can interlace the fingers over top of the knee. And then make sure that ankle is really flexed and gently sway it here a little bit from side to side. We'll rock this hip opener, cradling it. And then once we find a place of stillness as we come back to center, really, as you're hugging in, think of pressing the thighs and the hips down away from the shoulders, especially that right knee. Feel that nice opening a little more deeply in the hips. And then perhaps from here, we'll go ahead and place that left foot down onto your mat and really hug in nice and strongly. And it's not about how high you can get your hips here. Let's see if we can maintain this figure four. Squeeze the glutes as we press down into the foot and just raise the hips until they're equal in height. So you want to make sure that the right and left hip are aligned with each other. Pelvis is congruent. You're drawing navel towards the spine. So again, this isn't a very high lift. It's more about just maintaining and sustaining stability here. Another deep breath here. And exhale, slowly lower back down. Let's go ahead and bring both feet onto the mat, toes slightly angled in, heels slightly out. We're going to press into both feet as we inhale, raise the hips and the arms. Let the arms maybe reach back behind you, stretch the shoulders. Really pressing into all parts of the feet, and as we exhale, slowly bring the arms and hips down, back to your mat. Again, pressing into the feet as we lift, reach up and back. Exhale, slowly back down. One more time, rooting down, plugging into the earth through the feet. Reach long and exhale. Release back down. Let's go ahead and take the left foot now over top of the right thigh, flexing that left ankle a lot. Again, thread the needle, interlace underneath the thigh or over top of the knee. And again, we'll gently sway or rock this a little bit from side to side, keeping that left ankle really flexed to protect that left knee. We're truly getting the stretch in the hips here and those glutes. Again, once you find center, we're going to press the hips and thighs away from your body, lengthening the sides of your body long. Couple of deep breaths. And feel free to, anytime, just sigh out through the mouth, releasing. Don't ever feel like you need to hold back with your breath. Really just be free with it. Whenever you're ready here, we're going to place the right foot back onto your mat. Strong through your hips and glutes here. So we're going to press down into your right foot to lift the hips equally. Again, feel that your pelvis is congruent. The hips are aligned with each other here. You're not trying to lift one hip higher than the other. And we're not trying to go so high here, just try to stabilize the squareness of the hips and this position, keeping a neutral spine.
Rooting down to rise. Take one more breath here. Exhaling, slowly release back down. Go ahead and release that left foot down. Again, toes slightly angled. Inhale slightly out as we inhale. Raise both hips into your bridge pose. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, rooting down. Excuse me. Exhaling. And one more deep breath. Root down through the feet. And exhaling. Beautiful. From there, let's go ahead and take a little happy baby, holding on to the ankles or the outer edges of the feet or big toes. And instead of thinking of pressing your low back into the ground, try to press your tailbone towards the earth to truly externally rotate from those hips. And you still get a nice little massage, rocking side to side through that back. All right, so feel free here, bring the knees. Actually, we're gonna let the feet go wide apart, about as wide as your mat might be, and then windshield wipe your knees over to one side. We'll stretch to the hip flexors and the quadriceps there. You can also stretch your arms overhead if you want to really get a nice long stretch through all the way through the side body and the torso and the shoulders. And then go to the other side again when you're ready. Lengthening through the sides of your body. You can wiggle those shoulder blades down. And then come back through center. Now we'll hug the knees in. Take a little circle around. Circle the other way. Lubricate and massage the back here, the spine. And then when you're ready, rock and roll yourself all the way up. And let's go ahead and come back onto our knees. Excuse me. Curl the toes under, sitting back onto your feet. So we're going to stretch the extension of the big toe, which is really important for proper walking in alignment as we walk. So stretching out those toes, lengthening tall, stacking shoulders above the hips. Take a moment here. Maybe from here we'll do a little wrist and shoulder release, bringing the elbows and wrists towards each other, palms facing up. We'll take a nice inhale, reaching up as high as we can. As we exhale, we're going to bring the backs of the hands together behind the head. Backs of the hands. Now curl the hands almost into like a fist, and then turn the fingertips towards the ceiling. So you're still backs of the hands together. Inhale, stretch up towards the sky, open the hands. And then as we exhale, get a big circle around. Inhale, one more time. Exhaling. Knuckles towards the ceiling, your fingertips towards the ceiling, reach up. And exhale. Go ahead and come off the toes. We're going to separate the knees and come onto your fists here. Circle toes and ankles around. And then circle the other way. And then go ahead and relax your feet and give them a nice little thump and massage. And let's bring the feet together, knees together, sitting back onto the tops of the feet and the ankles. As we stretch, maybe the knees can come up, stretching through the shins and the ankles, tops of the feet. More breath here. Exhaling, release. All right, beautiful. From here, we'll go ahead and come onto your forearms. Elbows stacking underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. I'm going to stretch the legs back into a forearm plank here. Tailbone down towards the heels and pressing up through the upper back. So pressing down through the forearms and up into the upper backs, protracting the shoulder blades. We're pressing them up towards the ceiling. Tailbone down, belly in. Deep breaths here. Now let's take a breath of fire. So with each exhale, you're going to pump the belly in and up. Or I'm sorry, this is Kapalabhati. And you're typically or traditionally you breathe through the nose, pumping the belly in and up on the exhales. So really igniting, warming up your core here. And when you're ready, slowly release onto your hips and belly. Elbows again right underneath the shoulders, lengthen the legs and the toes nice and long, pressing into the tops of the feet, tailbone down as you inhale, lift the heart up, shoulders down. And then as we exhale, we're going to just curl the upper spine, bring the chin in, round through the upper back. So we keep the hips on the ground, curl through your upper spine. Again, inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the heart. As we exhale, we're going to curl in on ourselves, tailbone pressing into the mat. Again, inhale, lengthen. This time as we exhale, keep the legs long as we look back over one shoulder. Inhale, lengthen with the heart. Exhale, we're going to look over the other shoulder. Release it out. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling from here, coming onto your fingertips. Spread them nice and wide, elbows toward the ceiling. Coming into a curling cobra here. So as we inhale, we tuck the chin and curl and lift the heart space. As we exhale, bend the elbows, lower the heart, and then the head. So we're leading from your heart. Tuck the chin when you're ready again. Inhale, curling up. This time as we exhale, bring your shoulder forward. Look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the other shoulder forward. Look over the opposite side. Inhale, back to center, shoulders down, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the heart, then the head. Arms come underneath you. Squeeze the triceps into your ribs. Inhale, press it up onto your knees. And exhale, let's go ahead and curl the toes under. Slowly stretch back into downward facing dog. All the way up and back. Go ahead and feel free to separate the hands and the feet wide apart. Loosen up your legs. Do whatever feels good for you here. All right, from there, we'll bring the feet again about hip distance apart and lower the knees. From there, hands right underneath the shoulders, press into your fingertips as well here. Send the inner thighs up and back as you inhale. Look up between the brows. And as we exhale, let's go back into a child's pose, big toes touching and resting your head onto the ground. So deep breaths into your back body. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Let your head be heavy into the ground or on your hands. You can feel your breath fill you up and empty you completely. Expanding in all directions. And slowly softening even more with each exhale, releasing, letting go. As you feel ready, slowly rolling up through your spine. So we're going to drag your arms back, roll up through your spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Sitting back into your heels. And then sitting tall, take a moment here, notice what you feel. Big breaths. And when you're ready, inhale, root down onto your knees, stretch up, reach up toward the sky. Through exhale, come through the heart center. So coming into Tibetan Salutation, we're going to stretch the arms out into a V, and either your forehead or your chin onto the mat. So whatever feels good for your shoulders and your chest here. Hips are high, relax your back. Deep breaths, relax your belly. Breathe into your belly. Take another breath in when you're ready. As you exhale, drag your hands towards you underneath your shoulders, rounding your spine into a cat pose. Then again, sending your inner thighs up and back as you inhale into cow. Look up between the brows. Exhale, we go back to a downward facing dog. Inhaling, stretching long here through the sides of your body. And exhaling, lower the knees. Sitting back into the heels. Child's pose. Another deep breath here into your back body. Exhale, slowly sit back to roll up to your spine. Flowing through, inhale, one breath per movement, reach up. Exhale, hands towards the heart center. Sliding the hands out into a V. Chin or forehead to the mat. Deep breath in here again as you're ready. Exhaling, drag the hands underneath, round your back into cat. Inner thighs lift up and back as you inhale, look up between the brows. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stretching long. Another deep breath here, lengthening. And exhale, lower the knees. Back to child's pose. Inhaling here into your back body. Exhale, melt into the earth. We're going to take a couple of child's pose push-ups here, keeping the big toes touching again. We're going to inhale, reach long and come forward, shoulders stacking above the wrists. As you exhale, we lower halfway down. So the shoulders never go lower than the elbows. And then we inhale, press up, exhale, back into child's pose, but we're not going to rest the head down. Inhale up, exhale, inhale up, exhale back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, press up, exhale back. Inhale. So we always want to keep elbows staying above the wrists and shoulders no lower than the elbows. Otherwise, you could get some kind of tweakiness or tendonitis type of feelings in your elbows or shoulders. So you always want to make sure you're forward enough, elbows above wrists, shoulders no lower than elbows. One more time. Press it up. This time, let's go back to downward facing dog slowly. Couple deep, slow breaths. Again, lengthening through the sides of your body. Don't worry about straightening your legs all the way just yet, or pressing your heels down or anything like that. Feel length through the sides of your body. Even bend into your knees here and feel that length. You want to externally rotate your shoulders, turn them out, and press them up towards your ears. So you're protracting the shoulder blades. All right, from there, when you're ready, walk or float the feet forward to the top of your mat, nice and quietly. Inhaling halfway to rise with a flat back. Let's press the thigh bones back, lengthen the spine, belly lifts. Exhale, fold. So you always want to lift that core in and up. Inhale, root down through your feet, reach up towards the sky, lift up through the heart center. Exhale, arms down by your sides. From here, we're going to inhale, root down through your feet, reach up. Palms come to prayer, point index fingers towards the sky. As we exhale, press down into your feet to come up and over to one side. So really root down to the opposite foot. Inhale, reach up. As we exhale over to the other side, we press down into that standing leg, standing foot. Good. Root down, reach up. Exhale, let's go and open the arms. Bow forward, fold. And we inhale, lengthen up halfway, rise, flat back again. Lift the belly. Exhaling deep in your fold. Let's step your right leg back into a nice deep lunge. Big, huge step. Lower the right knee and curl the back toes. Inhale, Anjali Mudra, low lunge, lift the heart. And exhale, hands down. Spread the fingers wide, inhale to plank pose. Lift that back knee up, stretch the leg. Exhale, lower the knees, halfway down so elbows stay above wrists. And then come all the way to the ground, release. Roll the shoulders back, point the toes, legs long. Inhale, Cobra, lift the heart. Squeeze it in. Exhale, release. Let's bring the arms behind you this time, palms facing down. Pressing into the hands, the palms, and the tops of the feet. We inhale, lengthen the spine. So really strong for your core. It's not about how high you can lift here, but really lengthening, lifting the heart. Exhale, hands underneath. Squeeze your triceps in as you inhale, press up onto your knees or into a full push-up, so you can come right up into plank if you like. Exhale, bend the knees. We're gonna hover in a bear pose before we go to downward facing dog. Stretch. Slow, deep breaths here. Now we're gonna come up onto the tippy toes first. Lift the right leg slowly up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot, pinky toe pointing down to the floor. Exhale, thigh to chest, lift that heel up high towards your belly button. And then step forward. Lower that left knee down and curl the back toes. Inhale, Anjali, low lunge again, lift the heart. And lengthen the sides of your body. Exhale, fold. I'm gonna push off the back foot to come forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's interlace the fingers behind you, Yoga Mudra. Stretch the shoulders. So go ahead and bend into your knees, almost like you're sitting in a chair with your butt back, and stretch the shoulders gently. Deep cleansing breaths. Relax the neck. Inhaling, maybe when you're ready, stretching the legs if it feels good, or starting to stretch them. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway rise. Exhale, deepen your fold, root into all parts of your feet. Inhale, root down to rise up, reach up to the sky, palms to prayer. Exhale, let's bring the arms down by your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, inhale, root down through both feet, reach up, point index to the sky, opposite thumb on top. Exhale, we're gonna press down into your left foot to come up and over to your right. Breathe. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, press down into your right foot to reach up and over to your left. Hold the hips strong. Good. When you're ready, inhale, come back up, lengthen, lift your heart, maybe arch upper back. Exhale, release the arms, open. Slow down by your sides and halfway rise, flat back. Thigh bones back, belly lifts, exhale, fold. And then let's step your left leg back into a nice deep lunge. We're gonna hover the back knee this time, root down to rise up as you inhale. Stretch up, high lunge, high crescent. And as we exhale, we can float the arms forward, stretch the back knee, reach the arms back behind you like wings. Root down into the ground, bend the back knee as you inhale, rise up. And again, as we exhale, reach forward, lift the back knee, lift the belly, stretch behind you. One more time, bend the back knee as you inhale, rise up, lift the heart. And as we exhale, step back into your plank pose, inhaling plank. Exhale, slowly lower chaturanga or lower the knees, halfway down, again, shoulders no lower than elbows, then release to the ground, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, Cobra, lengthen, exhale, release. This time, interlace the fingers behind you, roll the shoulders back. Or you can just stretch them back like Superman arms. Pressing down into the feet as we inhale to Shalabhasana, locust pose. Lengthen the spine again. Don't think about how high you're try not to go high, but feel the spine is long. Exhale, so we don't want to pinch the lower back. We want to strengthen around it and really mobilize the mid and upper back. Inhale, squeeze in, press it up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, we can hover, bend those knees into bear pose first, depending on if you press up into a plank first. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, deepening, really plug into the hands and feet, plug into the earth. Inhale up on your tippy toes, stretch your left leg up. Pinky toe pointing down, exhale, thigh to your chest, heel high, step forward. Inhaling. As we exhale, we're gonna bend that back knee, hover. Inhaling, root down to reach up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, as we reach forward, lift the back knee, lift the belly and the core. Reach back, arms like wings, squeeze your triceps. Bend the back knee again. Inhale, root down to rise, lift the heart.
And again, exhale, lengthen, scoop the belly in as you reach back. One more time, bend the back knee, root down, rise, inhaling. And exhale, let's go to fold. Step that right foot forward between the hands. Interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top, bend the knees. Sit back, stretch the shoulders. Another deep breath here. Exhaling. Spread and stretch the legs when you're ready on your next breath. Inhaling. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhaling to lengthen, halfway plug in. Exhale, fold. Again, rooting down through both feet. Inhale, root to rise, uplift the heart. And exhaling, arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach up to the sky, palms to prayer. So we exhale, let's go to the third eye in the heart center. Bow forward, fold. Bow to the earth. Inhaling, lengthen, halfway rise, flat back. And exhaling, step it back to your plank pose. Inhaling, plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. And then release to the ground. Roll the shoulders back. This time we're going to interlace the fingers behind you right away, opposite forefoot finger and thumb. Lengthen the spine long, lengthen the legs long. Legs and glutes are strong as we inhale. Lift to rise. You can lift the feet, but keep them together. Lift your heart. Exhale, hands underneath. Squeezing in. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, bend the knees. Hover and bear pose. Stretch back to downward facing dog. Deep, slow, smooth breaths. Right, from here, we'll bring the left leg towards the ceiling, three-leg dog up on your tippy toes, stretch. Exhale, thigh to chest, lift that heel high. And then step that foot forward between your hands again when you're ready. Bend the back knee, root down into the feet to rise up. Lengthen the spine here again as you inhale, nice and long. Exhale, lift the belly as you reach forward, arms behind you like wings. Squeeze those triceps, squeeze the back of those arms. Inhaling. Exhale, bend the back knee, root down to rise up. Inhale, lengthen. This time as we exhale, interlace the fingers behind you, Yoga Mudra. We can press the knuckles against the sacrum, really get those elbows back, and then stretch the knuckles away. Inhale again as you inhale, stretch the back leg. Exhale, hover the back knee. Inhale, you don't have to go real low. Exhale, but stay rooted through those feet. Inhale, stretch the back leg. Exhale, hover. One more time, inhale, stretch. Exhale, hover. From here, we're going to bow forward. Stretch the back knee, lift your belly away from your thigh, and bow the head. So we're not resting on your thigh, but really using your core. Hugging that outer left hip in and back. Another deep breath here, stretch. Exhale, release the hands and squeeze those triceps. One more breath. Exhale again, release the hands down, lower the right knee down. Uncurl the back foot, come to the inside of your foot, your left foot, into your lizard pose. But we can just stay up onto your fists or fingertips here. I want you to feel that your thighs are scissoring towards each other, so they're hugging towards the midline. Hips are hugging in to your midline and square. And that left knee, that left leg is squeezing, pressing into your left shoulder or left upper arm here. Squeeze and hug. A couple deep breaths here. Now feel free here, if you want to get lower, you can also curl the back toes under. You can also come onto your forearms, or I like to just hover the elbows right above the ground. So I'm not quite all the way down, but still aligned through the spine here and hips square, and lift the back knee if and when you feel ready. So again, you can be all the way down if you like. Hug that midline. Couple deep breaths.
And then if you want more even, you can go up onto your tippy toes and push back through the heel. A couple times there. Deep, slow breaths. Take one more breath here, inhaling. Exhale, lower the knee. Come back onto your fist here. Uncurl the back toes. Press into the top of your foot as you inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, lower or hover. Inhale, press into the top of your foot, lift the back knee. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift the onto the top of your foot, lift. And exhale, lower. From here, we can walk your left foot out towards the left side of your mat. So the toes kind of point to the corner and roll to the pinky toe edge. So the toes are pointing towards the left corner of the room. And then we can feel that nice little stretch through your left hip and your glutes here. You can press the thigh away from you and roll your heart towards the sky. You want a little bit of a twist. Again, make sure you're hugging your midline, hugging your core. A couple deep breaths here. You can stay here or add to this by bending into your back knee and bring your heel towards your buttocks. You can grab it and pull it towards your buttocks, tailbone down if you want. Stretching both your quads, your outer hip, and coming into a nice spiral through the spine and a little bit of a back bend. It's like an all-in-one pose. One more breath. Exhaling when you're ready, releasing. Go ahead and walk it back through center. We're going to stretch the front leg. So from here, wiggle that foot forward. You can use your blocks here or just be on your fingertips. You can also just bring your hands to your hips. Just make sure you're not locking that knee, but we're pulling the kneecap and the quadriceps upward. So as we bow forward, fold, you want to bring this back thigh bone up and forward towards the front leg like you're trying to go into the splits. And try to keep your low back as flat as you can here. I know for some of us, we may need blocks in order to keep that back flat, but as much as we can. If your back's really rounding or bothering you here, bend the knee, keep that back flat, or you can be up and then just fold forward using your core here. So all of this, we're not just like completely letting go into it, but there's a little bit of a resistance and strengthening going on here at the same time. But we do let go in a sense with our breath. So we allow the breath to help us soften and receive and release. It's really all about the breath. Once you get into that state of dropping into the breath, you'll know why. It's all about the breath. Let's take one more breath here. And then as we exhale, we'll soften, lunge forward. Let's go ahead and spread into the fingers, step that left leg back to downward facing dog this time. Stretch it back and just feel. Long, smooth breaths here. Notice any changes or differences between the right and left side. And feel free here if you like to lower onto your knees and take a cat-cow as an option, or you can flow through your vinyasa, elbows stay above wrists, and then come onto the belly, roll the shoulders back, inhale, Cobra. Exhaling. Let's go ahead and interlace the fingers again behind you, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, Shalabhasana, lengthen long and strong. Exhale, hands underneath, squeeze the triceps in, press it up into full plank or onto your knees. Bend and hover into your bear pose. Then downward facing dog. You can plug into those fingertips as well. Press the shoulders up. by the ears, lengthen the sides of your body, hips high. Whenever you're ready, right leg towards the sky and three-leg dog, up on those tippy toes, outer thigh rolling down. Exhale, thigh to your chest with that hip, heel high. Step it forward. When you're ready, bend that back knee. Root down to rise up. Inhale, stretch long. As we exhale, we lengthen forward. Lift the belly as we reach the arms behind you. Bow. Squeeze those triceps. Bend the back knee. Inhale, root down to rise back up when you're ready. Exhale, we're going to interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb on top. Can again press the knuckles against the sacrum as we bend those elbows back, roll those shoulders back. And then again, stretch the knuckles away as we inhale. Keep the ribs in as we open the heart. And as we exhale, hover. Inhale, stretch the back leg long. Exhale, hover. Again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, hover. Inhale, stretch the back leg. Exhale, hover. From here, we bow forward, stay low. Lift that back knee, lifting the belly. Stretch the shoulders. Hug that outer right hip in and back for 3, 2, 1. You can release the hands. Now squeeze those triceps. Squeeze the back of those arms. One more breath here. And then as we exhale, release the hands down, lower the knee. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. You can come onto your fist here. Give your wrists a break. Your hands a break and relax your left foot behind you. Now again, from here, we're going to hug the thigh bones towards each other, like they're trying to hug each other here. Right knee is pressing into your right upper arm, and the upper arm's pressing into the knee. So we feel, again, there's this kind of opposing forces to help build strength, awareness, and mobility in the joints. One more deep breath here. Remember, you can stay here as long as you like, or perhaps moving on into your lizard, maybe coming onto your forearms or hovering the elbows as you bring your hands forward. So hovering here if you don't want to quite go all the way down to the forearms, curl the back toes under. Lift that back knee here if you like a little bit more. And then from there, if you want a little more, inhale up on your tippy toes. Exhale, pressing back into the heel. Inhale, so you're really going to feel this in your standing leg glute, your right glute. Inhale forward, exhale. Last time, inhale forward, exhale back. As we inhale forward from here, we're going to lower down onto your left knee. Again, come onto your fists and curl the back toes. Stay here, or as we're hugging that thigh into your upper arm, we inhale, lift the back knee, press into the top of the foot. Exhale, hover. Again, so that you're pointing your toes. Inhale, press into the top of the foot, lift the back knee. Exhale, lower or hover. Inhale, press into the top of the foot, lift the back leg. Exhale. And one last time. Inhale, press and lift through your core. Press into that standing leg. Exhale, lower. Walk your foot over to the right. So the toes are pointing towards the right corner of the room, rolling to the pinky toe edge of your foot so you can see the bottom of your foot. And then again, we're going to face that thigh and maybe even gently press the thigh away from you. Maybe, maybe not. Really feel that stretch here in that outer hip and glutes. You can stay here or bring your left foot towards you. So flexing that left ankle, maybe find your heel. And then roll, so as you pull the heel towards you, tailbone down, rolling to the pinky toe edge. Lots going on here. Roll your heart towards the sky. Lift the chest. And lift up out of your left wrist. Another deep breath here, stretch. Exhale, release. Release from there, we're gonna walk, pull back here to walk or wiggle that right foot forward in front of you. Into your half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. So we're gonna bring your left thigh bone up and forward. Lift up through your right thigh and kneecap here. And lengthen through the sides of your body, inhaling. Again, if you find yourself really rounding here, rounding your back, not good for your back. Probably not the best for your hamstrings either, because you might be overstretching. We can bend into your knee instead and flatten out the back. Yeah? You can still get a nice stretch here. You can also prop up onto your blocks or your stack of books or whatever you have to help manage some of your poses here. Deep cleansing breaths. So we're not just using our bodies to get into the poses, but more importantly, we're using the poses to help us get into our bodies, to really feel and listen. And then the thigh, again, as we keep lifting that back thigh bone up and forward, still lengthening through the sides of your body, lengthening flat lower back. Softening with each exhale. Deep cleansing breaths here. Take another deep breath here, lengthening on the inhale. And then exhale, lunging forward. Again, we're going to press into spread the fingers wide, press into the fingertips as we stretch back into downward facing dog. Stretch and feel the difference on that side. Lengthen side body. Plugging in to the earth. Lift up the shoulders, lengthen the sides of your body. Lift up the hips, lift the belly. Inhale up on your tippy toes. Exhale, we can curl forward to plank, or you can lower onto the knees and rest. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, let's go to Cobra, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, release. Interlace the opposite forefinger and thumb one more time, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen Shalabhasana, locust pose. Exhale, hands underneath, squeeze it. Triceps in as you press up to plank. Exhale, bend into the knees, hover, bear pose. Downward facing dog. Deep cleansing breaths here. Long and smooth. So if and when you feel ready, let's stretch the left leg up. Three-leg dog this time, opening up the hip. So we're going to bend that left knee, stacking the left knee above the right hip. Keep the shoulders square though, so press into both palms equally. Shoulders square to the front. If and when you feel ready, let's bring your left knee towards your left shoulder here, and then back through center, hugging the belly in. From there, inhale, back up, open the hip. Exhale, left knee towards your left shoulder, and then thigh to chest, shoulders above the wrists. From there, we're going to press into the fingertips and come into either switching the legs into a mountain climber here with low impact, or if you like to run it out in your mountain climber, get the heart rate up. A couple more deep breaths here. Press into those fingertips, get nice and warm. Press that upper back towards the sky. When you're ready, left leg back up, inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend that left knee. Breathe. Inhale, come forward into a plank with your hip up, with that left knee up. Forward into a plank, shoulders above the wrists. And then you can stay here or flip your dog by letting your left foot come behind you. You can also come to the floor. Right hand underneath. Press into your left foot, right leg is straight. Lift and flip the dog here, or your wild thing. Take one more breath, strong through your legs and core. Exhale, we can lower the hips. I like to lower the hips first, it's safer. Roll onto your belly. Hips are square. Squeeze it in, inhale, press it up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Deep cleansing breaths. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Now really press your weight back towards your legs. So no weight on your wrist. Bend into your right knee, stacking your right knee above the hip. Keep your shoulders square. So pressing into your right palm as equally as your left. Exhale, right knee to right shoulder and thigh to chest, lift your belly. Again, inhale, press it up and back, open. Exhale, right knee to right shoulder. Lift it up into your core, stay here. Now, slowly, low impact, walk it out in your mountain climber or run it out. Press into those fingertips. Deep cleansing breaths. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg back up, inhale, open. Exhale, bend that right knee. Shoulders stack above wrists. And then again here, we can let that right foot fall behind you. Coming into your wild thing on the other side. So reposition your hand if you need to. Inhale, lift the hips. So left leg is straight, right knee bent. Lift the hips, reach up and over. Or you can sweep that arm down and through, depending on what feels best for your shoulder here. One more breath. Exhale, we're gonna sweep it down first on the floor. So the shoulder stays safe. We're gonna come forward back to your belly. Yeah, because sometimes that transition can be a little rough on the shoulders if you don't know quite what you're doing. So we want to make sure we come back to the floor each time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe. Deep, slow breaths here. Long and smooth. Let's go ahead from here, come down to your forearms. Forearm. Spread through the fingers, open the fingertips wide. Pressing into your forearms and elbows here. We're gonna lift the hips back up into your dolphin pose. Stretch. So hips back up, almost like a downward dog, but you're on your forearms here. Lift up through those shoulders, getting them nice and warm. And now slowly come down onto your bellies. So we're gonna stretch out through the neck and shoulders here some more. But first, strengthening through the back body. So feel free, we're gonna just do 2 sets here, 2 sets of back bends. So if you're gonna choose the single leg bow or the single leg Dhanurasana, you're gonna do the single leg Dhanurasana on the other side. If you're choosing to find both feet, make sure that you're able to keep your legs together as you do this. So first option, right arm back for right foot, left arm forward. We're kicking, 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 lengthening the spine, not trying to crunch the low back, but lengthen as we lift, okay? And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Otherwise, if you're with me, both hands back for both feet. Here we go, squeezing either first side or grabbing both feet. Kicking, 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 legs together, kicking back into your hands. Deep, slow breaths here. Find your Ujjayi Pranayama, breathing through your throat. Deep, cleansing, nourishing breaths. Strong legs, strong core. One more breath. Exhale, release. Turn your head to one side, let the feet windshield wipe slowly side to side. Slow, deep breaths. All right, from here, whenever you're ready, again, you're either reaching back for both feet or now your left hand for your left foot, right arm forward, right arm long. So you're either here or when you're ready, with me all together, pressing into your feet. Strong through your legs, strong through your core. Long spine, open heart, deep breaths. One more deep breath, strong legs, strong glutes. Exhale, release.
And melt. Slowly turn your head to the other side. Windshield wipe your feet. Side to side. Wiggle, release the low back. Whenever you're ready, we'll let the legs come down and just melt your body into the earth. Drop in and feel your breath really fill into your back body now here. We've got some feedback from the ground to really breathe into that back body. Sending that breath, prana, life force, energy to wherever it's most needed. Remembering that this life force and energy is always available to you. This healing, this abundance, it's always waiting for you to connect. All right, now to release neck, shoulders, and low back, I'm going to go ahead and face you so you can kind of get a better picture of what this is. You're going to have your right arm, I'll mirror you. So your right arm is out to the side, left hand underneath you. You're going to bend into your left knee. So left foot's going to come behind you and your right ear is going to come to the mat. So that left foot's going to go back behind you to the floor. Try to find the floor with the foot and your right ear is going to come down to the mat. So releasing again, your low back in this sort of a reverse twist. Releasing the shoulder here. And if you need to prop your head onto something, that can also be helpful for your neck. Otherwise, just allow your head to rest on the ground, right ear towards the ground. So you're rolling over to your right, rolling backwards to your right with your right ear on the mat or the ground here. Remember, you can also turn your palm over to whichever angle it needs to be at to be comfortable for your shoulder. You only want to go back as far as feels good for your shoulder and for your back here. And you can use your left leg here as leverage to kind of bring you in more into the twist or pull you back out of it. So you want to make sure to get that foot on the ground and knee up. Good, and then releasing from here, a few nice deep breaths. Slowly rolling back to center. From there, let's stretch your left arm out to the side of you, right arm underneath you, right hand underneath the shoulder. So again, we're going to bend into your right knee. The right foot's going to come back behind you as you roll your left ear to the ground. Stretching through your shoulder. Release the neck, release the low back here. Deep, slow breaths. And filling, emptying slowly and completely. Once you're in the posture and you're in a safe space, just focus on your breath. Just feel your breath. And slowly, if and when you feel ready, slowly making your way back through center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go ahead and flip ourselves over onto our back. So you can bring one arm up above you, roll right over onto your back here. All right. So from here, you may need to resituate your relation to the screen if you need. Feet hip distance apart underneath your knees. So ankles directly underneath your knees here, toes slightly angled in, heels slightly out.
and arms down by your sides. We're going to press down into all parts of your feet. Raise the hips here into your bridge pose. Really feel again the glutes, the hamstrings, and the inner thighs engaged. So it feels like your inner thighs are magnetized towards each other, but still pressing all parts of your feet into the ground, toes pointing forward, heels pointing straight back, slightly out even. From there, you're welcome to stay here or interlace the fingers underneath your body and roll those shoulders all the way back underneath you again. Make sure your neck is comfortable here. And remember, it's not about how high we're going. We're not trying to pinch the low back, but we want to strengthen the hips, the legs, the glutes. And take deep belly breaths all the way down to the bottom of your belly, filling your belly like a big balloon on the inhale. Press that belly button towards the sky, and as you exhale, draw your navel towards your spine all the way in and up. Again, deep inhale, filling up that big balloon. So you can inhale a little bit more. And then exhaling, draw navel to spine. Still plugging into all parts of your feet. One more deep breath. Filling it up. Exhale, slowly lower onto your hands. So massaging, so just go ahead and rest right onto your hands on your interlaced. So you're massaging your fingers, your wrists. Your shoulders are still rolled back. Whenever you're ready, we go ahead and press back into the feet. Raise the hips, interlace the opposite fingers on top, forefinger and thumb. Re-roll the shoulders if you need to. Draw navel to spine. Feel your core is really strong and stable here. Inhale when you're ready. Fill your belly. Inhaling a little more. Exhaling, draw navel to spine. And inhaling, filling up. Inhaling a little more. And a little more. Exhaling, navel to spine. Press into those feet equally. Inhaling one more deep breath here. Inhaling a little bit more. And a little more. Exhaling, navel to spine. Slowly sit back onto your hands, interlacing the fingers still. You can loosen them if you need. It's interesting, one pinky handles this very well, the other pinky does not. So you can adjust your hands however you need to. Release your hands there in your shoulders. And wiggle the sits bones away from each other. Release your back. So pulling the flesh out from underneath you. Deep, slow breaths. So if and when you feel ready, soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, and Supta Baddha Konasana. Just take a few moments here. Open up, stretching through the inner thighs. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Notice what you notice. And from here, we'll bring so go ahead and keep your legs in this diamond shape. Just your right knee is going to come to your chest. So the left leg's going to stay where it is. Right knee in, and go ahead and bring that right leg all the way over to the left side. So your right hip stacked above the left. And we can open up your right arm, turn the gaze over your right shoulder, release your neck here. Slow, deep breaths into your heart space, belly, ribcage, lungs. Big and full and expansive. Allowing yourself to receive fully and give back generously. So again, holding nothing back from receiving or giving. No need to reserve anything. As you know, with full faith and with full understanding that the next full, abundant breath will come. And then whenever you're ready, we can extend that right leg straight out, maybe holding the foot or the calves or whatever you're able to hang on to, or use a strap or a towel. We're going to stretch that leg out nice and long. Press the hips down away from your shoulders though. So now we're coming out of compensating anywhere with our low backs or our spines here or our hips, and really feeling the stretch in a supported and stable position for our spines and our hips. Pressing the hips down away from the shoulders. And feel how the integrity of your spine and your body structure comes back as you root down to lengthen. Feel how there's a lift in your low belly supporting that structure. Lift in your core. So regaining and remembering our strength of our core and our courage, and where that comes from within. Releasing that right leg when you're ready, slowly coming back to the center, right knee back into your chest. And then foot to foot, bottoms of the feet together, knees out. Back to center again, just notice what you notice. When you're ready, comes in towards your chest, hugging it in. Right leg stays where it is. And then we'll cross the left leg over to the right, left hip on top. Open up the left arm, turning your gaze over the left shoulder, releasing the neck here again. Hips are stacked, pelvis is congruent. Feel the hips are pressing down away from the shoulders. Deep, slow breaths. It may feel tighter in the shoulders or upper body or wherever you may feel tighter when you're properly positioned. You're going to start opening up in places that you may have been compensating for earlier. So just noticing and breathing through whatever you feel here. Allowing your breath to help you open to the possibilities, help you to soften, to be receptive to learning something new, to learning what our bodies have to tell us, to learning what our hearts and souls have to tell us, to connect to our true being and our true nature through the breath or spirit. And if you're ready, if and when you feel ready, extend that left leg out, holding the foot or the calves. Cleansing, nourishing breaths here. Pressing the hips down away from the shoulders. And once again, whenever you're ready, sweep that left leg down and back to your center. Left knee to chest, hug it in. Foot to foot, knees out to the sides, back to your Supta Baddha Konasana or your butterfly, the diamond stretch. Notice what you notice. Folding the legs in together again. Hugging it in. Feel free to rock and roll yourself up or roll to your side to push yourself up. Just one last final forward fold here. Just a couple. We're going to bring the feet together. Rock onto your sits bones, pulling the flesh out from underneath you. Sitting up tall as you inhale, lengthen the spine. As we exhale, we keep the low back nice and flat. You can use your elbows, or I like to use my hands to gently press the thighs down as we kind of hover over, again, with the lifted core and with the flat back here to stretch through the outer hips. And if you're looking to increase flexibility and mobility in the outer hips here, if you've already got a lot, don't worry about this one, but if you want to increase a little bit, we also resist the stretch by pressing the thighs into the hands. So there's this push and pull in opposite directions, or this resistance as we're stretching, and that helps to strengthen and mobilize those joints. It's really important for most of us. Actually, especially if you're over flexible, you got to strengthen. It's all about the balance between flexibility and strength. If you have too much flexibility, you can definitely injure. Too much strength but not flexibility can also injure. So finding that sweet spot, that balance, where we feel, again, strong and stable, supported. All right, from there, we're going to bring the feet slightly forward. So actually, from there, just bring your foot out, one foot, and then meet it with the other. So we've got this nice little diamond shape in front of us, and we're pulling the butt cheeks or the flesh out from underneath you again. Sitting tall as you inhale, lengthen. This time as you exhale, we're going to soften and round our backs, forward fold. So this is going to be a really nice release for your lower back, hopefully, or wherever you're needing it here. But now we're in a much friendlier position for the back to round and soften. And breathe through this. So it's like you're trying to bring the crown of the head towards the center of the feet. This is Uttanasana, or goddess of compassion. So we're really allowing ourselves to settle into an energy of compassion and understanding. Breathing into the back body, allowing ourselves to soften, becoming more accepting, more receptive. Understanding that we don't have all the answers, and that's okay. But with trust and knowing that all is well and everything is on its way. And rolling through your spine whenever you're ready. And then stretching the legs out in front of you here whenever you're ready. We're going to wiggle the feet forward just a little past your mat. We're going to end up lying on our backs here. So pulling the flesh out underneath again. Legs a little bit wider than hip distance. So like Shavasana distance, wherever you like to be, kind of open a few feet apart in Shavasana. And go ahead and root down through your hands and your legs as you pull the toes back, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the chin and belly in towards your spine. Chin towards the throat, stretching the back of the neck. As we inhale, root down, reach up to the sky, palms come to prayer. As we exhale, paint out in front of you, forward fold. Again, bending the knees as much as you need to, holding the outer edges of the feet. Tuck the chin, deep cleansing breaths here as you round in on yourself. Big full breaths into your back body again. Imagine you could fill the entire body and the entire space around you with your breath. With this all-knowing, loving, benevolent spirit or breath that flows in and through you, all around us, and connects us. Another deep breath here, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, roll through your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So really pressing down through the legs and the hips, rounding your back, pulling down slowly, slowly. And release into the earth. If you need to, again, pull the flesh out from underneath you, wiggle the hips, wiggle the shoulders. Make yourself comfortable and warm. Allow yourself to settle in. Drop in and give yourself to the earth. Receiving and giving back, holding nothing back. Allowing ourselves to be full and receive light, love, and abundance, and healing. Receive compassion and give it back. Become this unconditionally loving space, this immense capacity that you are, remembering your true nature, your true being. And remembering it's always accessible to you. You are held and supported and loved. Be that space that you were meant to be for yourself, for those around you, for the world. Letting go of judgment. Let go and let be. Just be. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths. Staying here in stillness as long as you like. Or perhaps if and when you feel ready, gently awakening the fingertips and toes. Maybe stretching the arms overhead behind you, stretching your whole body. Melting into the earth as you take your next exhale. Rolling onto your right side into a fetal position. Right arm is a pillow underneath you, under your head. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths here. In this symbolic rebirth, remembering again where we came. The state of unconditional love, peace, and support. As we take our next deep exhale, pressing into your left palm to slowly rise. Keep the eyes closed and our gaze inward as we find a nice tall and comfortable seat. And pulling the flesh out from underneath. Allow ourselves to slightly sit back. Feel the shoulders stack above the hips, resting the hands onto thighs or knees. Take a few moments here, observe what you feel as you breathe. And when you feel ready, joining the right and left side together, the palms together by your heart center. In Anjali Mudra, lifting the heart slightly up towards the hands and bowing the head in towards the heart. And breathing deeply into the heart space, cleansing, nourishing breath. We observe our body's natural ability and capacity to recalibrate, reharmonize, to equalize. And sealing our practice and our intentions with gratitude. And if you'll join me with a round of Om. So raising our voices, our vibrations, and our awareness with that of the universe. Inhaling as you're ready. Exhaling slowly out. Inhaling. And bowing humbly to the light and the teacher that dwells within each and every one. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.